So there's been a lot of fake natty nonsense lately, and well-known fitness model Rob Riches has recently released a video trying to clear up some confusion about a drug test where he got busted for taking performance-enhancing substances. Oh, and by the way, I made a worst of the fitness industry video about Rob Riches, so you should go and check that out.
I feel a little nervous, and I don't feel really good about asking this.
Oh, you feel nervous. Is this your first acting gig?
He, supposedly tested positive for steroid use or whatnot, and
steroids or something or whatnot. We can tell you're reading from a script. This video is as dishonest as Rob Riches himself.
What is it, Rob, Roids, Riches, something like within those, terms. And me, growing up watching you, I always thought you were natural as well. So
he grew up watching you, thinking you were natural, Rob.
I just wanted you to clear that up and either admit that you probably were doing it and you made a mistake, or is it something that was false?
Okay, Rob, this isn't a porn shoot. You're not supposed to look into the camera.
Wow, we're going there. All right. Just back it up a little bit. I failed a drug test for what?
And the Academy Award for Best Actor goes to Rob Riches. Come up here, Rob. You just might be an even worse liar than Simian Panda. Instead of making a more informal video, getting on everyone's level, explaining what happened, you had to write out this really long script, make this perfect scene, and the problem is, you can't act. After shooting this, did you really think this wouldn't be insulting to anyone's intelligence?
Like, let me ask you, do you think I'm on steroids? What I would say, it's really difficult because seeing you in the gym, you work really hard, you're extremely knowledgeable, so it makes sense that you would be natural.
So what does this shit prove? Are you saying steroid users don't work hard? Was Lance Armstrong just a lazy fuck because he was on gear? And Rob Riches doesn't know fuck all about training, he's just another idiot who does ineffective body part splits, and he happens to train with other fake natties who also don't need to train well to put on muscle.
Even though I put it out in various forms, I haven't spoke about it on video, and you've asked me, so now's the perfect time. So, I failed a drug test. What people think it was for, it just started with accusations and people just basically spreading lies. Numerous YouTube videos and websites and articles, most of which, I'm fighting to get taken down because it's just incorrect facts. The ingredient that I got flagged for was, it was in a pre-workout. I put the full post up on my website. You can go to Rob Riches Fitness.
Okay, so after waiting over 2 minutes for him to finally get to the fucking subject of the video, he just tells you to go to his website. So this whole video was fucking pointless. And looking at his website, yeah, he wasn't busted for steroid use, he was caught taking a banned stimulant which happened to be in the pre-workout powder craze. But why was he taking craze in the first place? Didn't you have your own supplement company at the time? Funny how you found your own supplements were ineffective and you just happened to single out the one supplement on store shelves that was spiked with banned substances. And it's also funny that you even admitted on your own website that you intentionally hid the fact you were taking craze at the time and that it wasn't even a regular supplement that you took. So even if he wasn't caught taking steroids, this whole thing with that stupid video, that craze incident, and just the way he looks should send alarm bells to any reasonable person that he is probably on gear. And to quell all of those suspicions, here's Rob's defense.
Just put your arm out. I know you can't see this on camera, but I can pretty much touch, certainly with those fingers, right, around my wrist. It's barely, I can barely touch them compared to mine. I can get them fully around. My wrists, my joints, are small.
Oh, it's that simple. He can put his fingers all the way around his wrist. Forget about taking carbon isotope testosterone ratio test to prove you're natural. Just do this wrist thing. Now, on his own website, it says his stats are 5'10" and that he's 175 pounds on stage, and I'd say an accurate guess of his body fat is probably around 6 or 7% while he's on stage, and probably sometimes even less. And with those numbers, he has a fat-free mass index of 23.8. So that puts him within the natural range in terms of fat-free mass index, but most steroid users are within that natural range. But the thing with steroid users is, when they diet down, they still maintain that bulky, full steroid look. Here are some natural bodybuilders with a similar height and weight, and you can see the difference. The natural competitors look much flatter and depleted like they're starving, whereas Rob Riches still has that thick, full look. Just because someone is on steroids doesn't mean they have to be absolutely massive. Depending on the type of steroids and the dosages, they might only give a small benefit in terms of muscle mass and strength, but even at relatively small doses, dosages, they'll give you a huge benefit in terms of holding on to muscle mass and that thick, full look on stage. And my conclusion is, Rob Riches ain't natty, so fuck you, Rob, for lying to everyone's face.
Beef. What a relief. When will this poisonous product cease? This is another public service announcement. You can believe it or you can doubt it. Let us begin now with the cow. The way it gets to your plate and how.